Polytechnic University of the Philippines. The Polytechnic University of the Philippines is a government higher educational institution governed by Republic Act No. 8292, known as the Higher Education Modernization Act of 1997, and its implementing rules and regulations contained in the Commission on Higher Education Memorandum Circular No. 4, Series of 1997. PUP was established in 1904 as Manila Business School. In 1908, it was renamed as Philippine School of Commerce or PSC and merged with Philippine Normal School from 1936 to 1946. Through the virtue of Republic Act 778, PSC was renamed to Philippine College of Commerce or PCC in 1952. On April 1, 1978, PCC was converted into the Chartered State University, now known as the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, by virtue of Presidential Decree No. 1341, issued by the President of the Republic of the Philippines. For more than 100 years, PUP has been a partner of the government in providing quality, globally competitive, and industry-responsive education to bright, deserving students.
Pinakamura ang matrikula sa PUP.
Pinakamababang tuition sa buong bansa, 12 pesos kada unit.
With the lowest tuition for tertiary education, qualified faculty members, efficient administrative staff, goal-oriented leaders, and industry-responsive curricula that is at par with international standards, PUP has earned a reputation of one of the country's top higher education institutions. As an epistemic community, PUP is consistent with its commitment to produce quality graduates in various fields of specialization, working toward its goal of becoming the first national polytechnic university in the country. With 22 branches and campuses spread across Luzon, serving more than 70,000 students, the Polytechnic University of the Philippines offers more than 80 programs in the graduate and undergraduate levels. It also offers distance learning through the Open University system, programs in the area of business and distributive arts, education in the social sciences related to the fields of commerce, business administration, and other polytechnic areas. The commitment of its leadership, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and partners has formed the cornerstone of this university that has exceeded expectations with every generation of the graduates it has produced since its establishment. Today, PUP has gone far from what it was more than a century ago, but what remains is PUP's mission to continue to be the government's partner in nation building and in poverty alleviation of the marginalized sector of society with quality, responsive, education as a tool. PUP, the first polytechnic university.
Emerson is a global technology and engineering leader. We operate in over 150 countries. We are 110,000 employees worldwide. And here in the Philippines, we have over 2,000 employees.
My name is Nikki Florento. I'm from Dell Philippines. I'm handling the university relations and services hiring.
Pagasa Steel supplies concrete reinforcing bars to the Philippines' booming construction industry. We have been the leading supplier of quality steel bars for the past 52 years.
EGS is an Algorica company. It is one of the fastest growing BPO companies in the Philippines right now.
I'm Cecil Venancio, and I'm Branding and Communications Director of Sykes Asia.
We don't decide whether you're from a top-tier university or a state university. We decide based on our assessments that includes exams and interviews. Having said that, a lot of Dell's workforce in the Philippines are from PUP.
55 to 80 hires annually, those coming from PUP alone. And as a matter of fact, 14 of the homegrown employees who started from staff and supervisor have been promoted.
Currently, we have 13 employees from the PUP. They're working in a different field, so most of them are an engineer, some are in sales, most of them are in the higher position.
There's a huge pool of students that we can really harvest from, and we know the reputation that they bring. So we're glad that we have a university like PUP that we can rely on for our future employees.
I love the graduates of PUP. They're not only fun to work with, but you can rely on them. They are very, very dependable.
PUP graduates are an exact match and fit to Pagasa Steel's mission and vision.
The reason why we prefer the PUP graduates is the fact that we notice that they have a common denominator, very hardworking. See, whatever happens, they'd still work. Even if it's raining, they'd still come to work. You give them additional tasks, they'd accept. They are resilient.
Very passionate, aside from being resilient, because we can see that they're very dedicated with their jobs. And we've seen a lot of PUP graduates, not just in one department.
They turn out to adapt very well and adjust well to our company here in the Philippines. They're productive employees and they stay with us for a long time.
Stand out sa PUP graduate is their loyalty sa company. Integrity and ethics, drive for results, intellectual capacity, and adaptability. So when we hire PUPians, they have this kind of competencies.
Of course, they're very intelligent people, responsible in a sense, because whenever we meet these graduates and we ask them what are their future plans, they would always come up with answers like helping out their family, or because I'm done with school, I'll help out another sibling. So you would know already that these kids, even before they actually embark on certain work, they already have goals in mind. They're not maarte, no? Whatever you give them, they know that if it's for the purpose of the job, they will do it. And so they have, they're the ones that survive the challenges of work. They don't shirk away from responsibilities. They're the type who, whatever the job requires, they're up for the challenge.
PUPians enable people everywhere to grow and thrive.
PUP is one of the pillars of the nation because it is an institution that provides good graduates, people who really contribute to the success of the community or to the success of the country.
To all the people associated with PUP, if you're a graduate, congratulations, and you should be proud of yourselves. For those of you that are students, please continue the tradition, the proud legacy that your school has. Some of you, PUP, you work for us now. We appreciate you. We know you're good employees. For those of you that might work for us in the future, please consider us. We'd love to have you. We know that you make a great employee for us.
PUPians, bring everyday more. If you have big ideas, let's talk. Come work where passion meets possibility. You can visit jobs.del.com for opportunities.
Pursue your dreams and work hard for whatever endeavor you will choose. And in the event that you will choose to apply in one of the fastest BPO companies in the Philippines, I would like to invite you to apply in EGS, an Alorica company, because our doors are open for all of you.
To all the PUPians, let's create a size of smile together.
SMART is very happy to have PUP graduates now enjoying their career and let them live more.
Hashtag Sites to PUP. We will support you in more ways than one.
Tara na, maging magkasama na tayo. Mabuhay ang PUP.
Gayunpaman, malaki na ang naging bahagi ng mga kababaihan sa lipunang Pilipino. Kaisa sila sa marubdob na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipino. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. The role of our office is to keep connections among students and alumni, provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates and professional schools preparations, employee relations, and campus recruitment. We also provide alumni and students with the tools and resources to help find success in all professional endeavors. To all freshmen, please come and visit us. Our office is located at N209 North Wing, 2nd floor.
Isang magandang buhay sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska na nandito ngayon mula sa Kolehiyo ng Inhinyero or College of Engineering, Department of Civil Engineering. Isang magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. So, isang magandang umaga guys sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska na nandito ngayon. At syempre, aking pinasasalamatan po ang dekana ng College of Engineering, si Dean Ado, at syempre si Chairperson Tana para sa pagpapaunlak na maimbitahan ng ating mga estudyante na nandito ngayon. At hindi lang pala ang College of Engineering, nandito rin ang Institute of Technology para at least makijoin sa atin sa ating webinar na ginaganap ngayon. So, our topic is more on site management. 'Di ba? Ano ba ang site management? Site management is more on the process ng planning, organizing, and supervising ng mga activities dun sa isang job site. Para at least, di ba, makumpleto yung isang project ng within the budget, or within the quality standard. Di ba? So, I'm Professor Jane S. Pulma of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, and I will be your moderator for today's event. So, isang magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. So, alam ko lahat ng nandito ngayon. Actually, parang ako lang ang hindi. Medyo nakaka-relate, di ba? Kasi Polsci po ako, kayo po ay College of Engineering. So, our topic or our course is designed to provide the in-depth understanding about sa aspeto ng working and managing dun sa mga working site. Dito may intindihan natin yung paano minamanage at ini-introduce yung isang site, paano nagtatrabaho with ensuring the health and safety standard, at syempre, paano kayo mag-work with demolition. Diba? Syempre, hindi naman po, normally, pag engineer, hindi naman build lang, diba? Minsan, kailangan nating mag-destroy para may tayong bago. So, akin pong pinasasalamatan ang dekana ng College of Engineering, si Dean Ado, at syempre, ang Dean ng Institute of Technology, si Engineer Ramir Cruz, para po sa pagpapaunlak sa imbitasyon ng Alumni Relation and Career Development Office na kayo mismo ay maka-attend sa webinar na ito. At syempre, hindi ko po pwedeng kalimutang pasalamatan ang mga teacher na bumubuo ng College of Engineering, Institute of Technology, Department of Civil Engineering para bigyan kayo ng pagkakataon na makapag-participate sa webinar nito. So, our industry partner is a Westchester Skills Bridge kung saan tinutulungan nila lahat ng individual at institusyon para makapag-develop ng mga skills nila na pwede nyong magamit hindi lang ngayon, pero pwede nyong magamit in the near future. Siyempre, dito guys sa webinar na to, ay may dalawa po kayong certificate na makukuha. Ang una yung certificate na makukuha at i-release namin ay galing po sa Alumni Relation and Career Development Office at ang isa naman ay galing po mismo sa ating industry partner which is the Westchester Skills Builder. So magpo-provide din po sila ng certificate na pwede nyong magamit kung gusto nyo. Sa halimbawa, di ba, you'll be working on the site or at least, di ba, meron kayong knowledge about working on or site management course. So, it is a crash course. This is a UK certified or KHDA certification available. Ito pong subject na to ay may certification pong equivalent. So, I hope marami kayong matutunan. Pero, syempre, bago ang lahat at bago ko simulan, let me discuss first our webinar etiquette. Okay. So, syempre, meron po tayong dalawang participants sa event na to. Syempre, akin ang ina-acknowledge yung mga nasa Zoom natin. Syempre, please do remember to keep your microphone always on mute while the webinar proper is ongoing. And please do remember that this webinar is currently on live stream. So, para naman po sa ating pwede nyo, para naman po sa ating interaction, insight, and comment or question, pwede nyo gamitin ang ating Zoom chat or pwede rin naman kayong mag-heart or pwede naman kayong mag-click ng mga emoticons natin na available po sa atin para po maki-interact with our speaker. At syempre, lahat ng question, lahat ng insight nyo, take note po natin at pwede kayong maki-actively participate with our speaker. Yun po yung ating nagagawa once na nasa Zoom tayo. So, para naman po sa ating stream participants, syempre hindi ko pwedeng kalimutan ang ating participants na nasa PUP Career Center Facebook page. Syempre, di ba? Pa-shout out naman dyan. So, syempre guys, kung hindi pa kayo nakaka-like at nakaka-follow po sa PUP Career Center Facebook page, baka naman pwede. By the way, sa amin pong Facebook page makikita nyo yung mga streams or mga career resources na available simula pa noong 2020 na nakapost po. So in case na may tanong kayo regarding how to write a resume, ano pa ba? Compensation management, interview tips, etc. Meron po kami nun. Or kung wala naman na po sa ating stream sa PUP Career Center Facebook page, baka naman pwedeng papalo kami sa Arc.tv sa YouTube kung saan nakapost din po lahat ng naka-live natin ngayon. So, para po sa ating mga participants na nasa stream, pwede nyo pong gamitin ang inyong comment section. Kung may mga question kayo, you just have to introduce yourself with your name, course, and section. By the way, monitor din naman po namin at i-include po namin ang inyong mga questions, suggestion, and comments sa ating webinar na ito. So, syempre, at para sa lahat, syempre, hindi kayo uuwing luhaan. Sabi ko nga, di ba? Hindi po tayo nagwe-webinar. Meron po kayong matatanggap na digital certificate galing mismo sa opisina namin sa Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. You just have to accomplish the evaluation form flash at the Zoom chat para sa ating mga nakikinig at nakaantabay or naka-standby through Zoom. At para naman po sa ating stream participants, ipa-flash din naman at ipopost din namin po yun sa ating namang comment section ng ating live. So, marirelease po natin ang ating mga certificate 2 to 3 weeks after the conduct of this webinar. At sabi ko nga kanina, may 2 po tayong certificate na matatanggap mula sa event na to. Isa po galing sa amin, which is galing sa Alumni Relations sa PUP mismo. At ang isa ay galing po sa ating industry partner. Siyempre, alam kong magagamit nyo as you venture doon, lalo na yung mga graduating dyan. Or yung baka naman mapunta doon sa mga trabaho na talagang ang naghahanap ng konting crash course or konting background about site management. So, by the way, guys, the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office provides services not just to the student, but also to the alumni in the area of career development and placement. So we sustain the link between the student and alumni and the academe. So kami po, kung kailangan nyo ng mga career resources at kailangan nyo ng link to sa industry, pwede nyo po kaming puntahan. Our office is located at 3rd floor Sampaguita Building, PUP Main Building. So without any further ado, syempre, diba? Sisimulan na po natin at hindi ko na po pahahabain ang ating site management courses. So, site management, ano ba yung mga key aspect ng mga site management? Pag-aaralan natin or i-discuss saglit sa atin ni Ma'am Maricar kung saan kailangan pag-aralan yung mga planning, coordination, mga resource management, budgeting, and schedule. At syempre, yung mga quality control and health and safety control at yung mga documentation. Tapos, paano ba kayo mag-uumpisa or paano nyo ba mako-comply? By the way, site management is integrated normally on the modern tools and strategies kung saan kailangan na, di ba, nung this year, nagkaroon kayo ng seminar tungkol sa Building Information Modeling. Ito yung AI-based analytics or drone or real-time tracking and quality assurance and site monitoring. Ito na yung isa rin sa modern site management. Ito yung best example. So without any further ado, may we call on Miss Maricar Inclabo from Western Skills Bridge, our industry partner who will teach us for today site management course. Hi ma'am, good morning.
Hello, good morning. So, I hope you can...
Ready na po ba? Guys, pa-virtual clap naman si ma'am.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, ma'am, you may take away the virtual floor na po.
Thank you. So, apologies, Ma'am Jane, we had some technical difficulties, but it's a good thing that we have CJ here with me. So, I was able to still be part of the Zoom. Okay, so now I'm gonna close my apologies if I have to close my camera and so that I will not take out a lot of bandwidth, ha? Sige, ayan. So, CJ, can you help me share screen? Hello, team. Are you able to see my screen right now? Hello. Can someone say yes via audio if you're able to see my screen?
Wala pa, ma'am.
Wala pa.
Sige, ma'am. Check ko lang. Okay. Ma'am, patry nga po ulit.
Yes, hold on. Hold on.
Wait lang.
Patry po ulit, ma'am.
Share screen yun.
Hindi, try mo ulit. The share screen. Hold on.
Ba't decision din po punta? Dito for a while.
I-try mo.
This is recorded by the media.
Okay, so we'll share screen again. Can you check if you can see already my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Visible na.
Okay, thank you.
Visible na po.
Okay. So yes, so good morning, everyone. I'd like to first introduce myself. So I am Coach Max of Winchester Skills Bridge, and with me is your talent development assistant. Later on, you'll hear CJ also, because we will be running some contests or promo while before and after this short talk. So let me now go to a small request from everyone. We would like to request everyone to please follow our page. That's on your screen. You'll see there Winchester Skills Bridge Facebook page, and then you here also our Instagram page. So it's our small request for everyone to please follow these pages. And then before we end this webinar, we will be giving away 100 peso GCash credit. So yesterday we had winners already. So we hope that you will participate in following our page and then win 100 peso GCash credits. Okay. So before we proceed with our webinar, kasi medyo mahaba yung webinar, I'd like to introduce first our company. Our company is Winchester Skills Bridge. We believe that knowledge is the bridge between potential and success. We offer future-ready certifications and courses for corporate teams, recruitment firms, colleges, and universities, as well as some government agencies and LGUs, because we want to build your confidence, strengthen your capabilities, and of course, nurture your growth. Because at Winchester, we don't just train. We would like to empower the workforce. As studies show, organizations with strong learning cultures are 92% more likely to innovate, 52% more productive, and 17% more profitable. Because of this, Winchester is dedicated, of course, to our mission, vision, and values. So our mission is to bridge learners to global career opportunities. It is very clear that our commitment is to transform learning into real world impact. So we would like to bridge learners to global career opportunities through accessible, accredited, and future-ready programs. Later on, you'll find out that our programs are all UK CPD certified. Now, aside from that, our vision is to empower professionals to become world-class through continuous learning and skills mastery. So, of course, when you take up our courses, these are all world-class, globally certified courses, and it will really help you master your skills or even try to encourage you to delve into other fields. Ayun, probably broad or probably super specialized fields. And then our core values are we believe in excellence by design. We are forward thinking, partnership oriented. That's why we're here in PUP. We'd like to partner with PUP on bringing these courses to people like you. And then we would like you to be globally ready and always experience lifelong learning. Okay, so there. So I'd like to share with you also that did you know that the World Economic Forum reports that for this year alone, that's 2025, 40% of core skills will change by and Winchester Skills Bridge aims to provide those skills through courses and certifications in partnership with our parent company in Dubai, which is Roque Academia. We have courses that are accredited with the Knowledge Hub in Dubai, while all our courses, I mentioned before, are UK certified for professional development. One thing is for sure, when in this webinar, we want you to change your mindset. And what is that change of mindset? If you take a look at this image, it beautifully illustrates a fundamental concept that we can transform how we approach challenges. We'd like to have that mindset shift. Okay, just to let you know that actually I have experience in construction. I was a project administrator for an engineering consultancy group in Singapore early in my career. And then most recently, I also was into boat construction. So we did sea ambulances, alam niyo yung fire boats, mga ganyan, rescue boats. So yun yung ginawa namin recently. That's for another company that I was a consultant for. So on construction, yes, I do have experience also. So, but how can someone like me be able to transcend different industries or different fields kahit ang course ko is very much very into marketing or into paano ba? How do I say it? Marketing, management, ganyan. It is because I have learned the mindset shift. Ayan. So on the left, we see a fixed mindset. This is characterized by the thought that you always say, ay, hindi ako marunong dyan, ay, hindi ko kaya yan. But you know, it's a belief that our abilities are only static, unchangeable, hanggang dun ka lang. When we're in a fixed mindset, we often fear failure or avoid challenges. Iniwasan mo yon. Okay? And then you give up easily when things get tough. It's like our brain is locked in a box. No new information or growth can get in. But if you follow the growth mindset, that's the one on the vibrant green to the right. Okay, the key phrase there is, I'm not good at this, But yet, there's that yet that changes everything else. That yet makes all the difference. So this mindset understands that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. People with a growth mindset embrace feedback as an opportunity to learn. They actively seek out challenges to expand their skills. And yun, mas marami silang natututunan. They continuously improve themselves that they can apply in their life. I think my construction um, experience in that project, yes, we built an airport. I'll later show you the case study for that airport para at least ma-identify ko lang um, yung site management and then it's our case study ngayon. Okay, so with my experience in the airport, so when my husband, who's also in the construction industry, and I decided to buy a house, have it built, it wasn't, and he was always away. Yon. So, nung ako na yung magpapagawa ng bahay, hindi ako nahihirapan kasi alam ko kung ano gagawin ko. I mean, a house is much, much smaller than having an airport, diba? So, yun. So, it's easier kasi you have already the principles eh. You already have the theory. It's just about really putting everything else, the theories into practice in a smaller scale. Ayun. So, there. So you have to embrace feedback, keep yourself improving, and learn continuously. Ayan. Now, for the top global skills, it's very important that each and every one of you also always remember that there are top global skills that employers look for in applicants today. And these top global skills are very important. Why? Because these are the things that really determine if you not just have the technical skills but also the behavioral skills in so that you will be able to go through the storms of being in a workplace already. Hindi palaging masaya sa workplace. Of course, meron din dyan mga pressures that you also have to undergo. And as much as possible, you know how to solve problems. Kasi kaya nga tayo hinahire, di ba? Para to solve problems for the company. Okay, so what are these top global skills? So number one is analytical thinking, the ability to systematically break down complex information to solve problem. With everything else on the pipeline, everything else na nakalatag sa'yo, how do you solve a problem? Kaya nga kami, whenever we have an issue, we first ask, what is the root cause? What is the problem? And then from there, we line up all the options that we have and then choose which one is the best option to take at that certain time. Because sometimes it may be the best but not at that certain time. So may mga factors din yan. So that's part of the critical thinking course also that we have in Winchester. Now, number two is with the onset of AI and of course internet, etc., you have to be always AI and data literate, which is no longer a niche skill. It's crucial for informed decision making in any role. So in a lot of companies right now, they are institutionalizing AI in their processes. So you have to know how to use AI properly. And of course, when you have a lot of data involved, especially, for example, in construction, ano ba yung mga data na kailangan? Doon na lang sa trabaho ng scheduler yung timelines. Yung most companies have that scheduler program pa na ginagamit. So, that's a lot of data. And you have to understand where each data goes to, what is its importance, what are the impacts if you change something there. So yun, so that's already part of AI and data literacy. Okay, so number three. Number three is creativity. This skill tells you to work smarter, not harder. Kasi minsan, sobra tayo naghihirap. Sometimes being hardworking does not mean you're doing it right. sometimes you're hardworking but not really hitting the right notes. So you have to work smarter. So this is where you ask yourself, how do I combine AI, my theories, and the tools that I have right now? Ganon. So that's creativity. Ayon. And then number 4 and 5, if you will notice, these skills are actually very people-oriented. Why? Because we're looking at emotional intelligence and agility and adaptability. So the world is changing quickly, and your ability to manage yourself and react to new conditions is a top asset. For example, in an interview, tinanong ka, how do you manage stress? Nakikipag-inuman na lang po ako sa friends ko. So, is that good EQ? No, of course not. When you are already into the workplace, your emotional intelligence should follow also na maganda siya. May isang speaker or writer who said na, although in these times, most of our generation would say that, I want to express myself at the workplace, but parang yung speaker na yon mentioned na I don't want your personal you. What I want is the professional you in my workplace. So you have to also bear in mind that one. So for example, nasa-stress ka na, tama bang ibatong mo yung cellphone mo sa buwisit mo dahil hindi masunod yung gusto mo. So yung mga ganun, or mag-walk out ka na lang, ganyan. So these are the things that you need to work on or when you manage stress, pressure, and of course, you have agility and adaptability. There are things that you can't change or you cannot control. But one thing is for sure, you can control yourself. So that is a top global skill that people also look for in. Okay, so next, the upskilling cycle. So in the upskilling cycle naman, this is where Winchester comes in. Okay, so it shows that development is not linear. It is actually a continuous loop. So now you're in college, you're learning the theories, and then later on, you will apply those theories. And then reflect, what else can I do better? Or how can I level it up? And then balik ka na naman, grow. And then balik ka na naman. You learn, you apply, reflect, and grow. Ikot lang siya ng ikot. The moment that you say na, hanggang dyan na lang yan eh. That's the moment that you finally say na you have given up. Remember that. Okay, so how do you upskill yourself? Number 1, if you dedicate 5 hours a week of structured learning, like what you're doing right now, nag-aaral kayo, so that's additional 20% earning potential. During the pandemic, one of my son was actually one of the pandemic babies. So what he did was nag-online schooling din siya. And fortunately, he was able to get a course in one of the prestigious universities in United Kingdom also. It's just a course. And then I have my girl also, my daughter, ganun din yung ginawa nila, nag-aral sila. And I think that's the reason also why when they applied for jobs after college, and mind you, these are not expensive courses, mura lang siya. When after taking those courses, my daughter is now working for an aviation company. Yeah, she took up forensic engineering. And then the other one naman, yung boy ko, he took up macroeconomics in a developing world. So, in a prestigious Spanish school, ganyan. So, yun. So, these increased their, what they call this, it increased their premium when applying for jobs. Ayun. Number 2, a learning provider recently said that 60% of employers prefer candidates with learning certificates. Ayun siya. So, always take into consideration, you're very lucky because in PUP you have these webinars. So, make the most out of these webinars. And then number 3, LinkedIn Learning said 76% of upskillers achieved faster promotions. So you learn, and learn. It's a continuous process of learning. Ayan, so that you will be able to upskill and grow your career faster. Now, Of course, we now go into the meat of our discussion. So welcome to Building It Right, the essentials of site management for civil engineers, of course, for budding civil engineers like you. So in this session, we hope to sharpen your understanding of what it truly means to manage a construction site with confidence and competence. So by the end of this module, this is just a crash course, by the way. We really have a site management online course in Winchester Skills Bridge. So please take a look at that, or at least email us if you are interested. So there. Okay, so we hope that by the end of this module, you'll clearly understand the core responsibilities of a site manager. So usually meron yan yung project manager, then the site manager, or the project engineer, and then the site engineer. Yan, ganyan kami nun sa airport. Yun. So, the major stages of site operations. So, ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod? What happens in each stage? And then, the safety and quality principles that guide every project. So, right now, I think most of our audience are civil engineering students. But just to let you know, my husband is mechanical engineer, but he is into safety naman. So, yun, mamaya, we will touch on part of that also. Ayan. So we will also strengthen your ability to coordinate teams effectively. That is how important effective communication is. So kung akala ninyo, ano naman yan magsusupervise ako ng tao. But for you to supervise people or a project, you have to be an effective communicator as well. So these are two essential skills for ensuring successful project delivery. So that's coordination, or teams coordination, and communication. So let's start. Let's first define what is site management. Ayan. Site management actually is the backbone of every construction project. It involves overseeing, coordinating every activity, resource, personnel at the project site to ensure the project is completed on time, within budget, and with strict adherence to quality and safety standards. Ayan. This matters because site management is the bridge between the great design and real-world execution. Without a strong site leadership, pag mahina yung site manager, site engineers, even the best plans fail to materialize. So people who must be in this position should be very, number one, knowledgeable of what they're doing, and then number two, very decisive sila. Hindi pwedeng urong-sulong. And of course, number three, you should be able to communicate your objectives first, how to do it, so magaling sa planning, and number three, monitoring and execution. Ayan, so kailangan yon. Okay, at the core, site management demands four essential competencies, that is planning, safety, supervision, and coordination. So mamaya makikita nyo rin those important words in the phases of site management. Okay, so let's now understand the site management roles. Okay, so who is the site manager? So the site manager is the bridge between design and construction. So if the project manager usually handles the design part, si site manager naman makes sure that the designs are executed and put into practice through construction. So he is also able to ensure that work is done safely, on schedule, and within budget. So palagi silang nag-uusap. Now, the responsibilities span across 5 major areas. So you have number 1, planning and scheduling. So prepare daily and weekly targets. So of course, from the big plan, yung timeline ninyo, usually you have a scheduler na siya yung magmamanage nun. Yun, you break it down to weekly, minsan monthly, weekly, and daily targets. Kapag halimbawa, nangyari, let's say bumagyo, hindi magagawa. So, mag-a-adjust kayo nun. So, may mga tanong agad yan. So, sabi, what is the impact? Yun, ano yung losses doon that comes with it, yung mga ganyan. And then resource management. So the site manager also handles yung manpower, materials, and equipment. So meron yang science. There's a science behind resource management. Hindi yung sasabihin mo lang, kaya yan 10 tao. No. For example, in what we did before for the airport, so hindi lang basta-basta yun. So we have of course, we have the structure, civil team, civil works, and then we have, kasi kami nun, electrical and electromechanical yung hawak namin. But we coordinate with the civil team because they're the ones who have the structure itself. Ipapasok mo naman yung ano namin, mga electrical and electromechanical mga equipment namin. So, ilang tao yung kailangan? What if hindi pa tapos? Kailangan nyo nang pumasok. So, mag-uusap yung dalawang team. Ano yung, baka pwede, eto muna, dito muna sa area na to kami gagawa. Sa head house muna kami, yon. So, when you say head house, yun yung nasa gitna. Tapos meron kami tinatawag na left concourse and right concourse. Pag sinabing ganun yun, left concourse is when you're facing the airport, yung nasa left, and then yung nasa right concourse. Then yung gitna, that's what we call the head house. Ayun. So, and then of course, you have health and safety management compliance with OSHA. So, syempre, it's very important na lahat ng gagawin should comply with OSHA. Why? Because meron tayong tinatawag na man-hours, safety man-hours. So, every time na may nangyayaring accident in a site, so may points yan na nawawala and even umaakyat yan hanggang dole. So, napaka-important na tayo ay sumunod. Kasi pag halimbawa, may fatality tayo, it's not just a loss of life that we're dealing with. Marami siyang repercussions. Even your accreditation can get revoked. Yun. So I think yun yung isa sa mga bagay na my husband always tells me na whenever he gets his license for safety, mula nung nagsimula siya as safety supervisor hanggang ngayon na tumaas na yung position niya sa company, he always says na that is only prayer, no fatality under his team. Ayun. And then quality control is adherence to engineering specifications. So mamaya pag-uusapan natin yan sa quality control. That's why also our teams are into ISO. Yan, part na yan yung sa quality control is compliant pa tayo sa ISO. Why? Because sa ISO pa lang, everything should be documented, etc., etc. So, meron ba kayong process flow na sinusunod? Pag hindi nyo nasunod yon, what are the repercussions? So, in the last job that I had for a boat company, talagang we follow it kasi magkamali ka lang sa boat na it can be magkakasakit yung tao mo, kung trust, lalo pa our people are the only, sila lang talaga gumagawa ng boat. Mawalan ka na isang tao dyan dahil nagkasakit, malaking bagay na yon. So yun, and then ma-accident, yung mga ganyan. And of course, sa quality control, nandun din yung paggawa, tamang paggawa. So we have a manual na halimbawa to do yung to erect scaffoldings na lang, for example. May tamang erection, hindi pwedeng basta na lang ginagawa yun. I remember when we were before, pag pupunta kami dito sa Rojas Boulevard, di ko yung mention, nakita ko yung kung paano inerect yung scaffolding para sa isang malaking building doon sa Rojas Boulevard. Sabi namin, if you compare how they did that to how they were doing it in Singapore, malayong-malayo. In Singapore, pag gumagawa doon ng building, guys, alam niyo ba, nakabalo talaga ng parang sako, yung plastic sako. Buong building ha. Dito nakakita ka bang ang building ginagawa na nakabalot? Hindi. So, doon mo makikita pa lang na, meron pala sa Clark, they follow that strictly. Na kapag ginagawa yung isang building, binabalot talaga nila entirely. Yun, that's what you call yung quality control. Kasi behind those balot, doon it protects a lot of things. Diba? And then number 3 is progress reporting. So ito yung dito lumalabas yung communicating updates to engineers and even clients. So even if you're just the starting off as an engineer, you should be able to communicate well, not just to your fellow din sa manpower mo or fellow engineers, but also to clients, because chances are when they do site visits, whoever yung masalubong nila, tatanungin talaga nila. So yun, so hindi porket, ito lang naman ako, bahala sila. No, you should be able, no matter who you are, you should be able also to report or communicate, be able to communicate updates. Kasi yung bosses mo naman, who are the site managers, the site engineers, say whatever you communicate to them, and if you communicate effectively, they'll be able to report that also to the higher ups. So pag nagkamali ka ng na-report or yung meaning ng pagkaka-report mo mali, chances are sila rin magkakamali rin sila. So yun. Yan. So let's now go to the phases of site operation. So medyo handful to. Ayan, so you have phase 1 is the site preparation. So you have clearing, excavation, sorry for the typo. And then, of course, site preparation. That's clearing, excavation, layout, and temporary facilities. So when we started our work in NAIA Terminal 3, I do remember that number 1, hindi pwede masyadong matataas yung aming temporary facility. So we have container vans, yes, na pinagpatong-patong. And since airport siya, hindi pwede masyadong mataas. So yun, so mababa lang siya. Para siyang mid-rise. I think yung pinakamataas namin as 4 lang yata nun. 4 stories or even 3 lang. So mga ganon. So it's part nun yung clearing. So kung may allergic rhinitis ka, talaga magkakasakit ka kasi sobrang malikabok siya. And the number 2 is the structural work. So this is where talaga yung unang pasok ng structural materials, yung pag-erect na ng mga beams, etc. So, doon na siya magsisimula. And of course, you have already the inspections and materials control. Yun. And then, number 3 is the construction stage. So, ito na talaga yon, yung ginagawa na siya. And then, while the construction stage is ongoing, you have the safety monitoring. So, there, you have your daily toolbox meetings. Hindi siya yung kung kailan nyo lang gusto. It should be part of the culture of the company to have daily toolbox meetings. If hindi yun ginagawa sa construction company ninyo, then matakot ka na. Kasi the daily toolbox meeting is, number 1, good for alignment siya. So lahat kayo, you are aligned, ano yung mga gagawin, alam mo kung saan ka nakapwesto, alam mo kung anong gagawin mo at that day and time. Ayun. And then number 3 is of course part of the tool of the safety monitoring yung hazard identification. So halimbawa, alam mo na tomorrow meron kayong digging. Kunwari, magdi-digging tayo tomorrow. Gagawa tayo ng water containment, ganyan. So kapag halimbawa may ganon, hindi kung kailan mo gagawin, ngayon ka pala magte-training. So days prior to that, i-retool, reskill, or i-reorient mo na yung tao mo on how to do that kind of work. Even welding works, mga ganyan. Tapos usually, may mga permit yan. Sa permit, i-check, do you have the proper equipment, PPE rather, yon. So, yon. Kasi kapag halimbawa, high space, nasa mataas na lugar ka, pag may isang equipment na kulang, let's say harness, wala, hindi pwede. Hindi pwedeng yung pwede na. Kasi buhay ang nakataya. And of course, yung man hours nakataya. Yung mga ganyan. Yun. And then you have quality and documentation. So inspection reports, as-built plans. So yun, everything should be documented. I do remember kami noon, we have one room, ang laman lang noon, puro steel cabinet. And doon sa steel cabinets na yung pag binuksan mo, puro filers lang siya. Lahat ng kailangan na document ng mga engineers namin, na ganitong day, nagpadala ako ng transmittal, nagpadala ako ng letter, ito ang inspection report, ganyan. Naka-file yun with reference numbers, etc. Yun. Why? Because if it's not documented, it never happened. Tandaan niyo yan. If it wasn't documented, it never happened. And sometimes that documentation can save you. And then of course, pag patapos na yung project, you have the handover and the close out. So sa handover, we have the punch lists, yun, turn over to the client. Yun, usually dun nga mismo matagal sa handover kasi, or sa punch list kasi we will have your site inspection, ultimo maliliit na details tinitignan doon. Okay, so much for the phases. Let's now go to the allied: safety, quality, and communication. So for safety first. So number 1, I mentioned this before, conduct daily toolbox meeting. So it's very important that you, it is part of your culture that yung safety, it's a culture. Safety must always come first. On every site, we start the day with daily toolbox meetings to align the team, discuss the potential risks, and reinforce safe work practices. So yun, usually meron naman yan standard operating procedure kayo sa mga works na nangyayari sa site. So you have to familiarize yourself on that. And the number 2, we also emphasize the importance of being observant. Hazards must be identified and reported immediately. I do remember may mga contest pa nga yan na spot near miss, mga ganyan. May mga ganun pa yan. Yun. So, napaka-important nun. Of course, always wear PPE. So, it's very important na naka-PPE tayo. Our construction company should invest on these kasi it can save a life. And of course, make sure that the PPEs are of high standards also. Hindi nabili lang sa somewhere. Ayan. And the number 3, follow permit to work system. So, every time may gagawin kayo, may permit to work yan. Hindi pwede ang pwede na. So, i-check nila, materials, nag-training na ba yung tao, ano yung methodology, yan yung makikita nyo dun sa permit, of course. Kung nasunod, naka-outline ba lahat doon. Ayan. And then, so that's for safety. Let's go to quality. So of course, for quality control is one of the strongest pillars of successful construction. It ensures that what we build is safe, durable, and compliant with design standards. So for example, when we were building yung mga sea ambulances that we deploy to government agencies, local government units. So we have standard operating manual on how to prepare the hull, mga ganyan-ganyan. So yun. So kailangan we make sure na yung thickness ganito, even yung bigat ng boat should be able to be compliant. Kapag ganito kalaki ang boat, ganito lang dapat yung tonnage niya. Yun. Tapos, ilan lang yung pwedeng lamad niya. So, yun. Kaya nga, napaka-important din ng having that standard operating manual whenever you do things. Kasi after the standard operating manual, ang kasunod na nun, checklist. Every time mag-i-inspect, we do have weekly inspections of what we do. So, nasusunod ba siya? Kasi that's part of quality control. So, in this case, for construction naman, you have to make sure that you test the materials before use. So, even the soil compaction, I remember my husband told me na ginawa nila yung studios ng isang TV station in Central Luzon. I will not mention this TV station anymore. Talagang even the soil compaction kasi, okay na yung but yung nakapaligid doon kasi they have to make sure na kasi they have to convert it into a pleasant garden, syempre, for example, or it can also be used as a venue for shoots. Yun. So, pag ulan ng ulan, they have to make sure na hindi guguho yun. Mag-i-inauguration pa lang. 'Di ba? Uulan ng uulan. So, yan. So, kung magka-accident doon, can you just imagine lahat ng mga dignitaries or matataas na tao darating. Tapos biglang on the day of the inauguration, biglang gumuho yung lupa. So, yun, napaka-important talaga yan. And if ever man, what should be done? Baka naman at the start pa lang, meron ng pwedeng gawin like mag-refract ba sila or i-convert na lang siya talaga into a parking space that can be turned into a garden, etc. Ganyan. Yun. So, and again, babalik tayo doon sa sinabi ko, keep documentation. If it's not recorded, it never happened. Ayan. And then, you have communication. Communication on site is very, very important because it is a way or one of the factors in keeping the project safe, efficient, and on track. Remember, you have to make sure that the project finishes on time, within budget, and safe. So how to do that? You have to make sure that you are able to communicate clear instructions. Walang yung baka kasi yon, bawal yon. Hanggat maaari, bawal yung mga assumptions. Then maintain daily logs kasi usually naman yan yung morning shift tsaka night shift magkaiba, 'di ba? So paano sila nag-uusap? Hindi naman yan minsan nagpapang-abot. Magpang-abot man, sandali lang. So at least the daily logs will help communicate and what happened in the morning and also in the evening. And then coordinate among engineers, the foremen, and subcontractors. And of course, foster teamwork. One mistake on site can affect the whole project. So it's very important that you treat each other like a team, not a competition. Ayan. So our case study would be the IA Terminal 3. Can you just imagine that when we did the IA Terminal 3 at that time I think in 2000 ako dumating sa kanila noon. NAIA Terminal 3 was designed to handle 30 million passengers annually. It involved runway works, terminal building. Of course, yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo that we have the head house, the left concourse, and the right concourse. Kasi yun naman talaga ang unang structure doon. Then you have the parking and utility systems. I remember our team, we did several electrical and electromechanical systems in coordination, of course, with the other teams. So we handled the building management system, security system, public address system, baggage handling system, and electrical system, and a lot others pa. So, of course, that would also mean multiple contractors and complex logistics. That's why effective site management at the time was very crucial. Kasi syempre mauuna muna sila sa civil, sila muna papasok sila. Then kapag meron ng nasimulan na, that's the only time papasok na yung other systems like us. Actually, I remember na ang huling system na naibigay sa amin was the baggage handling system. So, iba siya. Iba yung baggage handling system ng NAIA. Terminal 3 at that time. So, the team that I was with before were the ones who also did Kuala Lumpur International Airport 2, yung bago nila, and also Changi Airport in Singapore. So talagang bihasa na sila sa paggawa ng airport. That's why they were able to compare already or how to make the adjustments initially. Yun. But of course, a lot of things happened also in the latter part. So we had to pull out and then let another team do it na. I won't delve into that actually, but yeah, it really happened. So for the key responsibilities that were applied, number one, of course, for planning and scheduling, we had to manage timelines for multiple phases. So of course, first the terminal building, taxiways, access roads. Just to give you a background, that area where Terminal 3 was actually, I remember when I was in high school, I was part of Philippine Air Force's Corps of Cadets for high school students. So, ano namin yan, diyan kami nagmamarcha. it was really parang landingan ng mga helicopters and jet fighters ng Philippine Air Force. So yun, so it was easy and at the same time hard kasi when we started already with the temporary building, so we had, alam ko, kailangan din magbakbak nila ng mga areas. Kaya puro graba and yun, puro graba tsaka lupa, yung part ng temporary buildings. But for the airport type, syempre, they had to make way also for yun sa mga papasok ng uh, mga trucks, etc. Ganyan. Number two is resource management. So we had to coordinate thousands of workers. So I think it's part also of economics kasi when you build an airport, part of it is you're giving jobs. So we had a lot of jobs in for construction workers, for engineers at that time. I think that was a high time also for construction in the Philippines. So we had concrete batching plants, so meron siya naman nandun, and imported materials not just coming from Japan and Singapore, but also in what they call this in Europe. We had to order some pieces in equipment in Europe, mga ganyan. So safety management, noong time pa na yun, we had a safety officer slash engineer. So one of our site engineers also is or one of our project engineers is also the safety engineer namin. So yun, so we had to follow the international safety standards. And siguro we're quite lucky because since the company was actually an offshore company of a Singapore consultancy group. That's why all our safety standards were also being monitored by our Singapore parent company. Ayun. So for quality control, as I've mentioned, since they already did several airports before Terminal 3. So they already had a template. All they had to do is just make adjustments. For documentation control, we had something in place already. And this was audited every now and then. Ang hindi ko makakalimutan yung kapag hindi pinipick up ang document, ako mismo ang pupunta dun sa mga opisina para itanggap lang nila yung mga documents otherwise or be signed by the other companies kasi it's very important that everybody signs off a document. Ayan. And then that's for safety, quality control, and of course yung progress monitoring. They would have daily toolbox meetings wherein they get feedback or they relay whatever is the next things to do. They have weekly meetings, monthly meetings with stakeholders, etc. So yun. So again, so these are the phases for construction phases and site operations. So, of course, for site preparation, we had the clearing and soil compaction for over 1.5 million. Estimate ko lang to ha. And then installation of drainage and utilities before the vertical construction and surveying teams usually used total stations and GPS to ensure accuracy. Natutuwa ako nung time na yun kasi usually mga nasa geodetics namin, mga ganyan, yung mga sanitary engineers namin nung time na yun na nami-meet namin, though they're not part of our team. I'm happy na babae ang mga nandoon sa mga teams na yun. So, sila talaga yung predominantly may babae dun sa mga ganung teams. And then, so our phase 2 was the terminal building construction. So you have the head house and the left and right north and south concourse yata pala ang tawag namin doon. Ayun. So we have different foreign engineers. So of course, we have the local team, the Filipinos, and then we have also yung mga foreign engineers and foreign engineering management teams. So I do remember having Japanese, meron kaming Japanese, Danish, Germans, kasi we had Siemens at that time. Yun. So, different people. And then we have British, mga ganyan. So, it was a good experience for us because it was actually a learning thing, at least for me at that time, because I was able to find out more about how they do things. Yun. And then, of course, based on international standards. And then, for safety and quality oversight, we had our daily safety briefings, and then our strict adherence to the permit to work. So, of course, kami, we're just a consultancy firm, and then we have our team working really on site. But we always have to get a permit to work from our stakeholders. So, hindi lang kami ang mag-a-approve ng subcon. Meron din kaming parang yung mother company, we have to have it signed also. Ayun. And then regular QA edits. I remember pag nag-site, ano na kami, meron kaming mga site inspections. So yun, talagang I do remember the engineers really going for site inspections daily. Kaya talagang sabi nga namin, para na rin sila, yung 10,000 steps ngayon, walang-wala yun sa kanila nun. Kasi isipin mo naman, from one end to the other, gano'n na siya kalaki, tapos ilang floors siya, tapos babalik pa sila from our site office papunta doon sa mismong construction site. Medyo malayo-layo yun at usually walang sasakyan pag ganun. And then finally, ito yung part that we know that's about to end. Dito na kami medyo nagpo-pull out na yung commissioning and handover. So I do remember na nagte-testing and commissioning na sila. So yung mga public address system, chine-check na nila if all working, mga ganyan. Tapos, documentation was critical. So, we had to make sure that the as-built drawings were accurate kasi it's for turnover. Siyempre, whoever is the client, you have to send the as-built drawings there. Yun. And then, the quality records, documentations, yung mga transmittal sheets, etc. And then, any delay in the turnover should be highlighted. Yun. And then, there should be a documentation and project governance. So, lahat yun tina-turn over namin sa kanila. So, what are the lessons on safety, quality, and communication? So, you have our safety marshals, and then, as much as possible, zero accident program. I think in all construction sites, this is something that is really being promoted, that there's zero accident program through daily PPE checks, emergency drills, and hazard mapping. Ayan. And then number 2, for quality control, so concrete for runways and terminal flooring required a high-strength mixes of 40 MPa plus. Why? Siyempre, dyan tatakbo yung ating mga aeroplano. And who knows, of course, they have to plan ahead in 10 years gaano katindi yung dapat thickness ng ating mga flooring or dun sa runways natin. Okay, and then we have the material inspection checkpoints and documentation, QC/QA reports, as these are a key factor in resolving disputes with contractors. So, among other things, you have the site engineer, di ba, who manages the site. May mga disputes pa yan. I remember yung husband ko for, ano ba to? NLEX, yan, nung nag-road widening sila, yan, may mga dispute yan. So, ito, we did this. So, we should be compensated for this. And everything should be documented para when you go to the client, you have everything in place. Now, of course, there's a procedure also. What if hindi tinatanggap ng client, then you go for arbitration later on. And then finally, you have communication and coordination. So, you can say that we're just a part and parcel of the NAIA Terminal 3 project before. So we handled electrical and electromechanical, but that doesn't mean that it stops there. We have to coordinate with other teams, such as the civil and structural team or consultants. Also, yung lahat ng masasagasaan namin ng mga systems, of course, we have to coordinate with these teams and of course with the clients and stakeholders. Yun. So we have our weekly coordination meetings and daily progress logs, and of course the use of clear communication protocols. Yun. So that we are all aligned with the plan and project. Ayan. So siguro before we end, I just want to make a short request lang. Have you already followed our page, because CJ here will be CJ now will be calling on winners for 4 lucky winners of 100 GCash credits, okay, for following our Facebook and IG pages. Now, aside from that, also, we would like to invite everyone, just to give you time to like our page. Okay, so we would like to invite everyone to please check out our website, that's winchesterskillsbridge.com. You can explore our programs. If you want help, please DM us on our Facebook page. That's a ganun din, Winchester Skills Bridge on Facebook or on Instagram. And then we can help you with any course that you want to take. That's the site management course. We did a crash course on site management, but we also have other courses like project management, safety, etc. And we have courses like that for engineers. Ayan. So CJ, do we have winners?
Yes, ma'am, you already selected.
Okay. So guys, are you ready?
Hi everyone, good morning. So I'm CJ from Winchester Skills Bridge. So we're happy to announce that we already choose 4 lucky followers who will win 100 pesos GCash credit. So we choose 2 lucky followers from Facebook and 2 lucky followers from Instagram. Okay. So I will announce first from Facebook. Okay. So, the first lucky followers who will win 100 pesos GCash credit is Mr. Kurt Justin S. Santos. Are you there, Sir Kurt Justin?
You may,
You may message po. Pwede po kayo mag-chat box.
Again, ano pong
Kurt
name?
Justin S. Santos. Are you there? Wala. So, pipili ulit ako ng isa.
Oo.
So, Miss Kisha May Castillon. Miss Kisha May Castillon. Ah, there she is, there she is. Okay, congratulations, Miss Kisha May. So, isisend ko dito instruction po para i-message nyo kami sa official Facebook page po namin, Winchester Skills Bridge, para maklaim nyo po yung prize. Isend nyo po dun yung GCash number account nyo with name po para ma-send po namin. And email din po. Okay. So, pipili pa ako ng isa from Facebook po na mananalo ng 100 pesos GCash credit. Okay. Sir Javier Evangelista. Sir Jaber, are you there? Sir Jaber Evangelista. I think wala. Okay, so pipili ako ulit ng isa. Mr. David Joshua Doromal. Are you there, Mr. David Joshua Doromal? Yes, okay. Congratulations, Mr. David Joshua Doromal. Okay. So, pipili naman ako sa from Instagram, no? 2 lucky followers who will win 100 pesos GCash credit. Okay. Let's proceed. So, congratulations to Mr. J.R. Obanya de la Cruz. Are you there? Mr. J.R. Obanya. Okay, there he is. Okay. Congratulations, Sir J.R. Obanya. So the last follower who will win 100 pesos Gcash credit is Miss Princess Ignacio. Miss Princess, are you there? Miss Princess. So pipili ako ng isa, wala ata si Miss Princess. Miss Aliana Sheen. Miss Aliana Sheen, are you there? Congratulations, Miss Aliana Sheen. You win 100 pesos Gcash credit. Okay. So, sa mga nanalo po, please kindly message us on our official Facebook page. Ayun po yung instruction. May message po dito sa chat box po. Okay. Okay. Thank you po.
Thank you. So, CJ, let's maybe we have a parting word. Ay, CJ, ano nangyari?
Yung alin po, presentation.
Yes.
I-close mo lang.
Okay. So, hold on. I know we have overtime already now. So, guys, can you see my screen? Again. So, probably just to end our brief talk today, so I'd like to give this a final or a parting words to you. So at the heart of every successful project is one undeniable truth. That's great site management. It turns plans into reality. So we've seen across every phase, from preparation to construction to handover, that site management is not just mere coordination, guys. It is leadership, it is decision making, it is the discipline that holds safety, quality, communication, and teamwork together. Safety and quality are non-negotiable. They are the foundations of trust, the assurance that every beam, every slab, every welding is built to last. A project can only move forward if its people are protected and standards are never compromised, guys. So you're going to be out there soon. So always remember, with everything that we do, there is a life at stake. So civil engineers bring both technical mastery and people skills. They connect drawings to execution and transform challenges into solutions. Your ability to communicate, collaborate, and lead diverse teams elevates the entire project. You connect drawings, and at the center of all this is site management. That's the heart of your success. It's the rhythm that keeps the project alive. It is the system that brings order to complexity. And of course, it is the force that ensures timelines are met, resources are optimized, every stakeholder is aligned toward one vision. The key takeaway is this, and I hope you always remember this: projects don't succeed by accident. They succeed because skilled people manage them with purpose, precision, and passion. So it is a testament to engineering excellence. It is a legacy of teamwork, and it is a proof that with strong site management, even the biggest challenges become achievable. It and this is what makes you not just builders, but leaders of progress. So congratulations, civil engineering students of PUP. And we hope you learned a lot from this crash course on site management. Thank you so much. I'll turn you over already to CJ or to Ma'am J. Thank you.
Okay, so maraming salamat, Ma'am Maricar. So guys, may natutunan ba tayo kay Ma'am Maricar? Pa-heart naman dyan, oh. Wow, ang dami yatang nag-heart. So, ma'am, maraming salamat, ma'am, ha? Maraming salamat po in behalf of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak nyo sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska. Sir CJ, pa-out naman po yung yung nasa GC. Ay, naka-share screen?
Sige po. I-turn up
Opo,
ko na
kasi
po. For a
nakikita
while
siya.
lang po.
Naka-live po tayo. Pa-out naman po muna. Pa-stop sharing. Okay. So, naka-live po kasi tayo. So, hanggang maaari nagmi-minimal tayo ng naka-share screen lalo na may privacy tayo. Okay. So, the link of evaluation is currently posted na po sa ating Zoom chat at sa comment section po ng ating Facebook page. So, guys, as promised po, you'll be receiving 2 certificate. One is from the industry partner po sa Winchester Skills Bridge at yung isa naman po is from the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. So, guys, may tanong ba tayo kay Ma'am Maricar? May natutunan ba kayo? Sige nga, pa-type nga ang 1 if may natutunan kayo or type nyo naman ay 2 kung meron naman kayong mga tanong. Sige nga, pa-check nga sa ating mga pating nga kung gising pa lahat. Wow, gising pa. Okay. So honestly, medyo nahirapan kaming mag-isip kung ano yung pwede naming ma-share sa civil engineering department saka yung mga nasa civil engineering na hindi siya ganong kabigat pagdating sa, syempre ayoko na magturuan na kayo. Syempre alam kong magaling kayo sa math. Ayaw na namin kayong turuan mag-compute. Yung magagamit nyo talaga sa pag-venture nyo sa real world. Ito yung mga bagay na nasa actual, na nasa layman na pananalita. Madaling maintindihan at hindi na nila kailangan gamitan ng hypalotic word. At the same time, isa pa, ang skill na site management is pwede rin namang hindi lang, di ba Ma'am Maricar, hindi naman po, this is a certification, so kahit hindi ka naman engineer, pwede ka namang maging site management, di ba? Certified? Miss Maricar? Ayun, or wala. Okay. So, normally po, this certification, or, yes daw ma. So, this certification or this mga certification natin, which is UK accredited or UK certified or KHDA certified, is a way of scaling. Normally, ito yung mga courses na magagamit nyo kahit na hindi kayo in line or hindi kayo specialize doon sa isang specific field. Halimbawa, di ba, normally, dahil civil engineer kayo, meron kayong iba't ibang specialization. Pwedeng itong site management ay maging isang area or maging isang punto na pwedeng hanapin sa inyo sa trabaho at maging edge nyo sa pagtatrabaho at paghahanap ng trabaho or experience. Or sa internship naman, o dahil may site management crash course na kayo or meron na kayong introduction, hindi na kayo mahihirapang makarelate once na nagkaroon uli ng isa pang orientation, di ba? So, I hope may natutunan at naintindihan ng maayos ng ating mga kaisko at kaiska na nandito ngayon. So, maraming salamat po sa ating mga estudyante na nandito mo ngayon, hindi lang sa College of Engineering, may nakita ako from the Institute of Technology. Maraming salamat po. So, in behalf of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, maraming salamat At the same time, sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska, sa dekana at dekano ng ating kolehiyo ng College of Engineering at Institute of Technology, at syempre ang mga chairperson and faculty members na bumubuo ng mga departamento na to. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at higit sa lahat sa ating industry partner na nandito ngayon para magbahagi ng kaalaman tungkol sa site management. Dito nalaman natin kung ano-ano yung mga dapat nating ano-ano yung ibig sabihin, ano yung ibig sabihin ng site management, ano yung workplace health and safety standards, ano yung paano natin, may case study na binanggit si Ma'am, ano yung mga dapat nating bantayan. So again, maraming salamat at I hope na mag-follow kayo sa aming PUP Career Center Facebook page para maging updated naman kayo sa ating mga event. Meron pa po tayong mga susunod pang event, hindi lang po para sa engineering, meron din po tayong mga foreign language, meron din po tayong statistics and probability and data science, artificial intelligence, AI and ChatGPT, meron din tayong digital marketing diploma. Marami pa po tayong ibang nakalinya para sa inyong lahat, sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska. So again, maraming salamat po. Ito po si Professor Jane S. Pulma of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. And matani guys, at yung link for evaluation is currently posted na po. At dito ko na po tinatapos ang ating pong webinar or career development webinar sa araw na ito. Ito na po ang ating PUP hymn.
Hallelujah.